so we have the guys from the Big Word Project, Paddy and Lee, and we're going to ask you a few questions if that's okay, guys?
Sure.
Okay, great. Okay, I suppose the first one is, how did you come up with the concept of the Big Word Project?
Well, basically we've been studying together for the last 4 or 5 years, and we've always come up with different ideas, but we knew we wanted something, a mass collaboration project where thousands of people would contribute a small amount of effort or in this case money on their part, but together they would make a very successful project for us. This was really a mini project for our masters to really help us research into, I'm studying viral marketing, so I wanted to test out my skills with that and get some experience, and Lee's studying web applications, so he wanted to build something that would give him a bit more exposure. So yeah, we just decided one day, why don't we sell the words of the dictionary?
Yeah, okay. we thought like there's over 200,000 words in the dictionary, so if we sold each word at $1 per letter, we could make a wee bit of money at the same time, yeah. which is good.
Okay, so from the time you launched the site, how quickly did it get picked up by bloggers and media?
Within 3 days, popular blogs had heard about our story and about our aim to redefine the dictionary, so to speak. A popular blog in particular, daringfireball.net, blogged about us, and the geeks on the internet really just flooded to our site to get the key words, the words that mean stuff to them, and that's how it kicked off. That's what we targeted the bloggers really. They're the early innovators, they're the sneezers. They tell their friends tell other people, and then before you know it, it moves into the mainstream.
Okay, that's great. Tell me, so how long has this project now been running for?
We launched it on the 25th of February, so that was 4 months ago yesterday. So.
And have you been amazed by the response?
It's really taken off far more than we ever expected. Like, we always had belief that it was a really good project, and we worked really hard on designing the concept and that there, but we never thought it would receive the sort of exposure it has. Like, we've had, I think we're approaching maybe 500,000 page views, and from over about 170 countries around the world. So, and we still get so many emails every day from people. So it's
we sold over 5,500 words to date, which is fantastic.
So where do you see it going from here?
Yeah, well, we're coming up with a number of different ideas to help keep the momentum going in the project. One of the things actually I'm doing is in the next few days I'm taking off around Europe, and I'm going to meet the people who have bought words. So we've contacted a few of them, and a lot of them it's really positive feedback. They definitely want to meet up for a few pints, and a lot of them are now offering to take me around their touristy spots. I intended just to go and ask them, why did you buy this word and that sort of stuff. But now they're like, I want to take you here and show you my local pub and this sort of stuff. So I think stuff like that will keep the interest going for the site.
Great. So if you were giving advice to a startup, what would be your sort of main piece of advice you'd give to start with an idea?
Well, make your idea remarkable. So what that means is it's unique, it has a story behind it. When people see it, they remark about it and they tell their friends. That's really the story. We built a story around our idea of we're trying to sell all the words of the dictionary. It's a pretty remarkable idea.
Yeah, another point is definitely keep it simple. Too many startups fail because they over-design things and just put way too much, like overthink things. If you just keep it really simple, then always the simplest ideas are the ones that catch on and keep going.
Yeah, and get it out there as soon as possible. Don't waste too much time dotting the I's and crossing the T's. You want to get it out, see what your users think about it, then make alterations once you get feedback.
So did you do much beta testing when you were launching it? Was there sort of a beta version, or
there wasn't? No, we actually done one day maybe of testing.
We just used the lecturers and other students to test it out, and well, they were really the best people because, like, we are geeks, and so are they, and they would find all the flaws and stuff really easily. So we had that at our advantage. We could use them, and it only cost us a beer or two, but. They
But from thinking about the idea till we actually got it launched was like a 4-week period, so it wasn't, we just built it really quickly and got it out there just to see what would happen, because it was really just a mini project to see, to test our skills and to see if it would take off or not.
That's great. Can I, this next question is probably a bit sort of left field, but I just want to sort of ask you, if I was to ask you what is the difference between Web 1 and Web 2, would you better give me a sort of an idea of what you think the differences would be?
I would say user interactivity.
Yeah.
Web 2, there's people are, all these sites like YouTube, social networking sites, now the average guy on the street can have an online presence.
Yeah.
For me, that'll be
Definitely. I think the Web 2 is thinking drastically about appearance on the web. Web 1 was very design was awful. It was horrid. But now it's become almost unacceptable to not think about design and have your site look good and be fully functional and operate, with up to standard.
So do you think then that your site is a Web 2 company? Or Web 2 site?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You consider it a Web 2 site?
Yeah.
I think one of the key things about web design in the Web 2.0 era is simplicity and keeping the site as simple as possible and not overcluttering it.
We've also been using, Lee's been researching into Ruby on Rails,
Right.
so it's built with that. So that's his new toy that he's been.
Right.
he's
So
been
it's
playing
robust
with.
then. It's
Yeah.
robust
Yeah.
to you. Yeah, that's great. Okay, finally, obviously we want to thank you for coming to the Silicon Ireland event today.
No problem.
It's been great.
We appreciate that, and obviously the last question really is actually based on the community, the tech community in Belfast. Obviously you're based in Belfast. Can you tell me, have you found that there is a vibrant tech community sort of underneath, what's the word, I don't know, underneath the surface that people don't really know about, that you're now part of? Or do you think that Ireland as a whole has a tech community like the Republic of Ireland would have something slightly more, and that Belfast is playing catch up?
We wouldn't really be that aware of I certainly wouldn't of the tech community in the Republic, but in Belfast certainly there's. Lee recently spoke at an event called Bar Camp.
Yeah, there's definitely an industry there, and there is a lot more interest and a lot more startups up and coming, but I think it's really the investment need, I think, is one of the key issues. We need the local funding bodies to put more investment in the creative industries and to allow these startups to get out there and get their word out.
Yeah, I think that, I would say that that's one of the reasons why Silicon Ireland event was actually created, was to actually create an intelligence, as it were, of information on startups, but also capital, whether it be seed fund, whether it even be concept seed funding, which is, I think, a key part of this, and I think there's too many times tech entrepreneurs don't have a knowledge base of key people to call upon. You're basically, you guys are slightly different because you've come from an element of, you've created an idea and it's taken you sort of in and out of, you created an idea, it got picked up, and now you're sort of, you're the tech stars of Northern Ireland as part of Ireland, but I think it's a really important thing, and I think as ambassadors for that, you guys are the perfect kind of ambassadors, because other young people will see what you've done and believe that it's possible to do it.
Yeah, there's definitely a strong tech community, especially in Belfast, with events like the Bar Camp, where a lot of geeks, I suppose,
Sure.
They all met up and they spoke about different things, with some web design and some other. I wasn't personally there, but
Yeah.
I think Ruby on Rails was one of the things they were talking about, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. That's the up and coming framework, so it is.
So I think that's actually, I think it's going to be great to see more, tech businesses coming out of Northern Ireland, and I think, as I say, for yourselves, you guys are great ambassadors for it, and we really thank you to coming all the way down today to this event, and we look forward to seeing you at a Belfast event. Okay.